Thank you for choosing the Poor Life Decisions podcast with Davidge Phipps. My name is Davidge Phipps. With me, as always, is Silver Dubloons, Brandon Dory, the famous pirate. Silver, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I've had a good week.
Yeah,
I've been keeping busy. I've been keeping consistent, keeping on schedule. I always like
that's
that.
always good.
And whoa, there's Disciple.
We have a
My
special guest star.
apologies. I didn't intend to do this.
It's
I
okay.
restarted Discord and it reconnected me.
You know, that's completely fine.
100%.
I guess
okay.
episode 8 is where I'm McMahon to say, I hope you all enjoy the podcast. And I
Hey.
love these two gentlemen.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
And y'all have an
Love
excellent day.
Thrown back at him. Love him.
You soon.
TD, Disciple TD.
Dude.
How about that guy? Famous Twitch streamer.
Twitch.tv/DiscipleTD. Yeah, he's definitely the biggest Twitch streamer that I personally know.
I thought you were the biggest Twitch streamer that I personally know.
No, I think Disciple has a bigger stream than I do.
Let's
Depends on what
not get
metric.
into
Depends on what
stream
metric you go
size
by, but
comparisons.
he also streams way more than I do. He's a good.
Yeah,
He's
he
good at
does
that.
play the Counter Strike, and that's pretty mass appeal, if you ask me.
I should stream more. I kind of do miss it.
I really want to start streaming D&D and Rocket League.
Big time.
Mm-hmm.
I think we pretty much have permission from people to stream Rocket League. That could be
Yeah.
a daily. That could be a daily thing that we do. Just play the Rocket League tournament in the evening and stream that.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah, I like doing that.
I do too. I like doing that a lot. And I like video games and I like playing them. What up, gamers?
Gamers.
Gamers.
Yeah, man. Between in Rocket League you have to play your threes tournaments. That's basically what the game is built for, 3v3. And my 3v3 team keeps changing. It's different between nights. Our current team, as of played tonight, best communication, it's great. Love it.
We're doing okay.
It's me. Yeah, it's you. We got Armok Giantsbane fucking as lead striker, if you ask me, but whatever. You're definitely a close second, and I'm just a ball chaser, so.
We're all just out there having fun is how I look at it, and if we do good, cool. If we don't, then that's okay. We're just there to have fun. And then we play, it doesn't matter, because we just play a few more games afterwards, and we have a good time. I love Rocket League.
We play till, just about 10, and then old man Armok goes to bed. Like clockwork, baby.
What other game did we play this week that we hadn't played in a while?
Ooh, that's a question that I wish I knew the answer to.
Among Us. Among Us.
Oh, we did play Among Us.
Among Us pubs are shit.
Hated it. They didn't use voice comms. It's a different game without voice comms, which I guess is how they intended it to be, right?
Right, but it's so much better that way.
Yeah,
dude, I liked it. I liked it when we didn't even know how to play, and we were talking as if as long as you were alive, you could talk. It didn't matter if you were in a meeting or whatever. That was even fun. It was a totally different game. Yeah.
That's my favorite one, is where you can only talk in the meeting.
Right, and I think that's the idea. Yeah. I think the Among Us is an awesome game, and it's fun to play. It's basically like a really stripped down version of Mafia or Werewolf or whatever. But it's just, oh man, it's such a good little game. It's a shame, that pub lobbies suck.
Dude, it's pretty much just griefing.
Right.
Meme spam.
I've heard there's a lot of cheating.
Yeah, I didn't feel like the few games we played together, anybody was cheating.
I didn't either, but I remember one guy.
How are they cheating in Among Us?
I think there's just a hack out there that lets you see who the imposter is.
Oh, destroying the entire point and fun of the game.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I don't get that. Why do people cheat?
It's never really appealed to me. Yeah, I don't get it either. Weird.
I don't get that. Okay, so you play a lot of poker. you've dealt and you've caught people cheating, right? Now,
Yeah.
you play with money.
Yes.
Why do you think people cheat? Just so they can get ahead? So they can get that money? Or is it some sort of like sick thrill?
I think it's the thrill, because like I've seen
I
like
think so too.
one of the most livid and most insane cases I'd ever seen. A guy stole $5, but it was just like
Just
the sneaky way he did it, and like the obvious like I was very. So I'll tell the story from the beginning. So I was at a poker game, and I was taking care. I was actually playing, but I was also kind of the banker. I was dishing out everybody the chips. So I had a bunch of these chip piles set up, and I think we were playing 25-cent, 50 cents. So there were quarter chips, dollar chips, and $5 chips, and each stack had a certain number of each. So that, anyway, the point is, there were stacks that were set up, and so anyway, one guy was buying in, but he only wanted $20 worth of chips. So I went to hand him the stack of chips, and he said, "Oh, I'll get it." And so we went over, grabbed the stack of chips, and I of course reminded him, to just leave 30 behind because they're in stacks of 50. Yeah. And I looked back after he took it, and there was only $25 sitting there. So I'm like, well, it's possible that I did up one of the stacks wrong. I'm not going to just out and out be like, yeah. So like what I decided to do was, I'm just going to keep a razor sharp eye on his stack for the rest of the night, and basically just count the number of $5 chips he has each hand, and just make sure it doesn't change in an unexpected way. So anyway, I kept doing that, like, because I was pretty sure that I had set up all the stacks correctly. It's possible that I hadn't, but like, I was pretty confident. So I just kept kept an eye on this.
I believe
anyway, one hand comes up. I don't think the guy's won a pot yet, so he's down to like $15 or something because he's called a few bets or whatever. And I see that he's got 2 red chips in front of him. The reds were the 5s. Anyway, there's this big pot, and like 3 other people are all in. And he's kind of sitting on the sidelines, and everybody's like up, and it's exciting, and people are standing up, and there's a lot of money in the pot. And anyway, at the start of the next hand, he has 3 $5 chips in front of him. And so I just say to him, "Where did that third $5 chip come from? It wasn't there at the end of the last hand." And he looked at me, and I'm like, and then obviously, like, at this point, I had put everything together. I knew what happened. So I just said, "So you took that out of your pocket? That was a part of the stack that you took earlier?" And he denied it. He said, "No, it's not happening. It's not me, And it was there was other people at the table that I've been in the poker community around here like for a long time, and I think people you don't
make
trust
money off this, dude.
Don't trust anyone that says they're trustworthy, but
this guy makes money off this.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So most people believe me, but he denied it. Anyway, they let him keep playing.
I mean, he's got money. Did he keep cheating after that?
No, but like the thing with letting cheaters play is you have to you now have an obligation to like keep a super close eye on that person, everything they do. You can't let them touch the pot. Now it's like this huge liability that we have to be on the lookout for somebody because it's like I don't like being in that kind of circumstance, so I chose not to play in that game anymore because they just didn't care. And it turned out to be a good thing because somebody I met there that night turned out to be a regular poker player who wanted to get a game going, and now I'm good friends with him, and I think that was an experience that helped build our mutual connection between us. So it's like good things happen when you do the right thing usually. Yeah.
People appreciate that, especially if you. I bet you didn't like, hey motherfucker, where'd that third chip come from? But you were just like, hey, where'd that third chip chip come
Yeah,
from?
yeah,
I've been
no,
watching your hand. Yeah,
right, exactly. No, and I just like stated
Yeah.
the case as plainly as I could. I wasn't trying to
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to be a dick or anything. I was just
No.
like, I just said what happened. I said I've been watching, and
Yeah.
basically I just like I'm pretty sure you just took that $5 chip out of your pocket and put it on the table. Like, you can't do that. And it's fucking it is what it is. It's fucking people are. But yeah, once something like that happens, cheaters. I mean, you can, I don't know. I don't like associating with cheaters.
Yeah, I don't either. I grew up with somebody who was always doing that. So, well, maybe not always, but every now and again, you'd be like, "What's going on here?" And you'd be like, "Oh, nothing."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that was
Yeah.
like how I learned about those types of people. Is you grow up with them.
Yeah. No, for sure. And like I had like I even had like a little of that in me when I was young. Like I think I used to be like I hesitate to use the word liar, but I would definitely like I was very much a de-escalator, and sometimes I would try to because like I in my family, like my dad was this big huge guy,
Sure.
brother, this big huge guy. They were both like a foot taller than me.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
5'6"?
Yeah.
That's not bad. If you ask me, I'm 5'10".
I'm not self-conscious about my height. This wasn't about that.
That's good. That's good.
I was just
I
saying.
try not to be.
Right. I was just saying
Tall
these guys
people make it a big point to point it out to me, though. People who are taller than me.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely a thing some people have. But anyway, my point is like I never was the I obviously had to learn to fight my battles.
Sure.
In the ways that I could handle it. So, I would definitely, I'm trying to like think of a like I think back and try to remember, and I think I used to lie about things, but I'm trying to remember an example of something and like.
Oh yeah. I think that's part of the human experience is learning to lie and then doing it enough to a point where you either become comfortable with it or decide that maybe you shouldn't do it as much as you do.
Right.
But I think people you're still going to do it, which I hate. I don't like that. I like being honest. I think it's good to be, good.
Trying to think of a time where I lied recently. Nothing's coming to mind.
Do you have a big one in the past? One you regret? Maybe like a poor life decision?
A lot. Well, that's what I'm trying to remember. Like, trying to remember, but nothing's obvious coming to me. Sorry, this doesn't make for great content.
Oh, hey, man, the silent pauses, people love that.
Dude, I'm not sure you're right.
I like solitude. I don't know what you're talking about.
Time I lied.
Not
I'm trying.
Fair play.
I mean, I guess I probably lied about where I was sometimes in high school. Like I would be hanging out with my friends and I would say I was at school or
usually a girl was involved whenever I would lie about that.
Definitely had that happen a few times. Fuck. Ooh, that's a big ass spider.
Be nice to it.
I'm not gonna hurt him. Looking at him.
Can we get like a spider cam 2021?
He crawled under the desk.
All right, that's fine. I'll just believe you. See, now that's the content people come for.
Right, the random spider. Anyway,
lying.
Yeah, no, I think I used to lie about that kind of thing. Fuck. Oh, one time I promised my father I wouldn't put gel in my hair for my school photo, and I totally did.
Everything you do is so just like incredibly innocent. I don't I don't understand it. Like
Dude,
I totally put gel in my hair and I got away. Did you get away with it?
he didn't like it. He was upset. I think I got punished in some way, but
How do you punish you for that? How does he punish you for gelling your hair?
I don't know. Probably just grounded me for a couple of weeks, like no friends over, nothing like that.
What the what?
That was typically the way that my parents disciplined me.
Did it? I don't get that. I don't get that. Like it was just a picture.
Oh yeah, no, but my I like my father was just dead set against it. He just thought it looked stupid or something. It wasn't.
Did it?
If I had the photo, I would
look?
share it.
Did
I think
describe
it looks.
how did it look?
I looked like first of all, I think I still had blonde hair. Like I was very young, and my hair was just like
Blonde
spiked.
hair?
No, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. It was black, but it was just spiked straight up, and I thought it looked cool as hell. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody got hurt over it.
Well, you did. You got grounded for like 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like what the fuck?
I'm not sure what I learned. Listen, obey.
So like one time I shot a firework off the roof of my house, but I used like a Mountain Dew soda bottle to hold the bottle rocket, and then I put it on this tube on the roof. So it was like in there at an angle, and then it shot off, and it shot the tube down the hole. The firework hit some dude in the yard, and then
Jesus.
I was like, there was me and like 3 other kids on the roof. I was like, fucking scatter.
Was everyone
But
okay?
anyways, like, I think so.
Oh, no.
I didn't hear any sirens. Like,
Right.
But anyways, the big thing, that tube. There's a tube on everybody's house, on the roof of your house, that your toilet uses to suck air down, and that is what I put that soda bottle in. Now that soda bottle went from the top of my dad and mom's house, like all the way to the bottom through 390-degree angles, and then wedged at where like the street to where the sewer is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then a week later, I heard this gurgling at like 3 a.m. coming from my bathroom, and I went to find it. And when I found it, I like opened up the cabinet underneath the sink, and it stopped. And next day, my brother's just like, Davidge, why is there shit in the shower? I'm like,
Jesus.
what do you mean? Like, is there some like a bunch of buckets and stuff in there? And he's like, no, why is there shit in the shower? So I go and look, and there's toilet paper, there's piss, there's shit. It's awful. It had clogged that tube. Yeah. And then to fix that, some plumber came over and he roto-rooted it out, but it flooded our basement with a week's worth of shit. It was a family of 5. And my dad made me vacuum up, shop vac up the shit from the basement. And that was the worst punishment I ever had.
Jesus.
Like, I didn't get grounded. I think, like, the day it happened, he just stared at me and his face got real red, and then his nose started bleeding. And I was like, you're bleeding from your nose. And he's just like, you need to get the fuck out of here right now. So I went to the Wild West days in Mesa Mesa, Wisconsin, hung out with my girlfriend, smelling of shit. But that's okay. Out in the country, everything smells like shit, so it's fine.
Jeez. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
I'm sorry I shot that guy with that firework. He blamed my 3-year-old cousin. He like came running into our yard and he's just like, did you do that? And he's just like, where am I? What is life? Like, you know?
The old I'm not even sure I exist defense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was 3, so like, come on.
Yeah, for sure. No. I'm sure I had worse than that.
But you got in trouble for gelling your hair.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I barely got in trouble for that. You got grounded for 3 weeks. 3 weeks for gel in your hair.
I don't know that it was 3 weeks.
Was it worth it? 2 weeks, 1 week.
I forget what it was, but anyway, was it worth it? I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I guess, just as a small act of rebellion, I suppose, more than anything. I don't know. I wasn't.
Is that why he punished you? Because you were like, "Fuck you, Dad! I'm spiking my hair."
100%. That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how he perceived it. Yeah.
So you weren't doing that?
What do you mean?
You were just doing it because you thought it looked cool?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, then that's not on you. That's on him for being a dad, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know either.
If I had a nickel for every time my dad thought I was doing something on purpose to piss him off, you know?
I had that too.
It's just like I'm just doing what I'm doing.
Did you ever?
Sorry.
Did your dad ever ask you to hold the light while he worked on something?
If he did, I always held it, and I made sure he could see everything because I didn't want my dad to get hurt.
Right. No, yeah. My dad would always criticize how I was holding the light.
Were you giving him like a proctology exam or something, or why was he so mad about it? Just can't see.
I don't know. I think he's just like, maybe I was bad at it, but also like, to be fair, I'm just like.
Was he like overly mean about it?
Oh yeah, and like I'm just, I don't know, not that enthralled about standing there holding the light, you know.
Yeah, controlling light, as amazing as it sounds, is not that entertaining.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
What else did you get in trouble for, man? Was that the biggest thing you ever lied about, was the gel in your hair?
Certainly the biggest I can think of. Nice slurp.
Thank you. It's dead. I killed it. I officially ate all of my food that I bought tonight.
Nice.
That's why I was working out earlier.
Okay, I gotta burn those cows.
Yeah, dude, you gotta put them in. Check I burned 79 calories. We did it.
Ooh, nice job.
I wish it was like more than that, though.
That's like a dozen peanuts.
Well, I had a double hamburger. So like, and onion rings and a shake.
Dude.
I had some
sometimes
chips.
Sometimes you gotta. You're celebrating your new job, right?
I'm going. Yeah, I'm over celebrating.
Dude,
I bought stuff. Not as much as I wanted to, but I bought stuff. Like,
Are we doing
I got a basketball
jersey?
jersey. Yeah. Oh, do I want to show it? I did pile it up, but I think I want to wait until I get the hat, because I did order some more stuff.
God.
I got a plan. Matt Stone and Trey Parker did a movie called Basketball.
Yeah.
You know? And that movie raised me.
From the dead?
Yeah, pretty much. You know? You know, what was it? 1998 when it came out, so I was like 16. It's the reason I say the word dude all the time. Like, I bought a jersey. I bought 2 of the basketballs, the Lazy Boy, made out of a Lazy Boy recliner. Which, let me tell you, those were expensive. They were the last 2 that Walmart had. And I was just like, well, I can't have not 2 balls. I have to have 2 balls.
Are you gonna learn to juggle with
2
them?
balls. You know, they came uninflated, so I had to buy a bike tire pump that came with a basketball attachment because I need to pump my bike tire up.
Nice. Do you have a bicycle?
So, you know, I do. It's sitting in my kitchen here.
That's awesome. I
Yeah,
like
I wish it was
bicycling
stationary.
too.
Yeah, dude. I don't like the seats.
It is a problem.
Yeah.
I've definitely definitely had a very sore ass after sitting on the bicycle.
Yeah, it kind of takes away from the enjoyment, if you ask me.
Right.
Also, I hear you get testicular cancer from it sometimes.
I didn't know that. But it makes sense. Well, it doesn't make sense, but
Maybe I'm just thinking of Lance Armstrong.
that would make
You know,
sense too.
the guy only had one ball because of the cancer. I was watching YouTube today on my lunch break because I got a job, and yay. And one of the ads that came up was for like this, not bilirubin, but some sort of micro bioorganism that you can eat, and it makes your balls bigger. And I
Nice.
watched the entire ad for like 2 minutes because it's just like talking about how it made these rats in this control group, or not in the control group. Every time they gave them this like organism, the rats would get bigger balls and have more testosterone and stop aging. And I was like, I've never felt the need to have bigger balls, but this ad came right out of the gates. Like, you ever wondered about having bigger balls? It was just some guy in a hat and a beard, like talking about rat balls for 2 minutes, and I was just like, why are they showing me this? But I was intrigued.
Was this on like a deep into YouTube binge, or was this on TV?
Dude, this was on YouTube on one of my many phones because apparently I'm addicted to phones. But Samsung, by the way, that's my vote. I was watching some Whitest Kids You Know D&D, and that was the ad that played.
Ah.
It was weird, man. I'm into it. I'm into D&D, man. I just want to stream it. Like,
Yeah, I think that's
I'm
a
sorry.
big thing.
I haven't been showing up to D&D on Sundays to support Silver Dubloons, and it's just because I'm lazy.
Okay.
That game takes a lot out of me. Even just sitting there watching it, man.
It's so
And it's
much
just
fun
like,
though.
this should be recorded.
It's so much fun. Basically, D&D is just like you come up with problems for people, and then you watch them try to figure it out. And that's cool. Like, because we're all like
cool.
we're problem solving together, and we're telling a story together, and we're figuring things out together, and we're just like all having fun out there. You know?
It's a really fun game. I like playing it. I'm just
It is
lazy.
You're always welcome.
I know, thank you. I just wish we were streaming it. That's the one thing. Like,
I want to too.
I know.
You could you should show up when we get started next week, and we'll all talk about it.
Are you gonna make me be a house elf again?
No, you don't have to. You don't even have to play if you don't want to. Just so we can all talk about the idea of streaming it.
That I'm interested in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I gotta be honest. If anything, I'm honest.
Mm-hmm.
Or avoidant. I'm very avoidant.
I've been there.
Just bring it up. I won't lie to you. If anything ever comes up, including this D&D stuff, just ask me about it, because I'll avoid it.
Why?
Because I don't like commitment.
Oh. Dude, but what about a commitment to your friends? That's a different kind.
My time.
That's a different kind of commitment than like a commitment to a job or a commitment to like, or like I don't know. It's different.
Like, it's like, okay, when we play chess, like I'm done after like 3 or 4 games because my brain, like the things that I do to my brain before I start playing chess are not conducive to playing chess.
Mm-hmm.
And I love chess.
You burn a lot of calories playing chess.
Well, when I play it, I make a buffoon of myself. That's why I like watching and learning.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, we're doing it. We're playing to
There's
get
something
better.
I figured out about Domer. Making him change his shots. Okay, I'll remember. That's not podcast material. I just need to remember that. That fucking guy.
31 minutes in. Remember, we have editor's note.
Okay, we made it. We made it to 31 minutes.
Dude, we're doing it.
We haven't even gotten to one poor life decision.
I was talking about the lion, and you were talking about the. What were you talking about? Something.
Dude, I don't know what I'm talking about most of the time. Like, I don't know. I know what I had planned for my poor life decision.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, wow. But I still think you didn't... The hair gel? That was your poor life... You didn't even say why it was a poor life decision. Because you got grounded?
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't that big of a... I mean, I guess I lied and told my father I wouldn't do it. And then I did anyway.
That is the biggest lie you told, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. You befuddle me, like... Are you just...
Ask me whatever you want.
The innocence.
What about it?
How many times have you been arrested? Like, is that a normal person question?
That's
probably not a normal person question.
I've been arrested once. Twice. Both under the Mental Health Act.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, you seem fine to me. Like,
Dude, I had some pretty dark times in my past.
As we have found here on the podcast, yes, I believe that.
Yes.
I have too.
Yeah.
You're just so nice. I don't get it.
I don't know. I just had a really depressing 15 years where I was really miserable about life. I didn't really do anything. I didn't really try hard at life at all. And I just kind of waded through it, hating every second of it. It all started in high school. So
Yeah? What was the trigger in high school?
It was, I think,
becoming an adult, or...
So I think the first thing...
Your parents, maybe?
I think I failed my first class in high school.
Okay.
And it was calculus. And the crazy thing is, I was actually trying, and I was actually doing pretty good.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I just remember my teacher having it out for me. Like, we had this one assignment where you had to use equations to draw a picture.
Yeah.
And I drew a picture of Homer Simpson's face. And I thought it turned out really good, and it I think it fulfilled all the needs of the... But it was like, she gave me like a 40% or something for it. And I remember it was the only time I ever asked a teacher like what was up with my grade, because I never had any problem like that.
You drew Homer Simpson with math,
right?
And you got 40%,
right? And it was just like a weird. It was like, and I didn't really I remember not getting a satisfied answer, but just thinking that well, what can I do? I think maybe it was I was still kind of a class clown at that point, and I was like,
oh yeah.
And I think maybe some of the teachers were, and she was probably just not a fan of that. But I don't know. That was kind of my...
teachers are not.
Right. That was kind of my thought process on that. I had a lot of great teachers that I remember one teacher one time, oh, this was a poor life decision. I had downloaded a bunch of memes because
Nice.
This was in the time before the internet was common. So I would download my memes so that I could have them offline and then share them as the occasion so permitted with people that were in my school. Anyway, I had this little DOS, I think it was a DOS laptop that I saved these images to. I had some image program that I could open them up in. And I had a picture open, and it was just a meme I had found on 4chan or something. And I remember it was like a guy holding a sign, and the side said something horribly offensive. It was like I can't remember what it was. So it was something about like it was a joke about like women's rights or something, and like I was showing it to people, and she came up to me and she just like explained, like she laughed for a second and she's like, well, actually it's really not funny because of this and this, and it was like the best explanation I had gotten to why I shouldn't laugh at that sort of thing. And after that, and like that, this was like usually most teachers I think in that circumstance would be like, how dare you, report to the principal's office, whatever. I can't, and it's just like, instead of taking it from a learning moment, taking it to like a discipline moment. So yeah, I had some really good teachers, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I've noticed for a while now that Doc has frozen. He's unfortunately had some very poor internet as of late. Hey. Oh, you're on the phone. That's clever.
Yeah, I'm underneath my desk restarting my internet.
You can do it, Doc. Dude, yeah. I was just explaining that you were gone. You've been gone for a bit now, but I told that whole story, so you'll have to catch up with that one when
I'll get it in post.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck, I was actually interested in that too.
You'll get it in post.
Well, I had to continued on next week's episode.
I had to keep the crowd entertained,
Yeah, and that's the thing, dude. Have you ever done stand up? Have you ever gone up on stage and done it?
Negative.
Dude, loved it. I was hooked the first time they actually let me go up. Loved it.
I don't
Addicted to it instantly.
I don't know that I have enough material. I could do like 5 minutes maybe. I could, like, the centipede joke, if I really stretch it out, that could take like 90 seconds. But that's not even my joke. That's not even my joke. I wouldn't tell that. I just love the delivery of that joke.
Yeah, dude. Norm Macdonald does jokes like that, and I love that.
Yeah.
I love those jokes.
They're called shaggy dog stories.
Really?
No, I think to be a shaggy dog story, it has to have like a nonsense or like anticlimactic ending. But I think it's like one of those jokes that like you build up. I don't know if there's a name for it, but it's a good one. It's a good one.
They just call them old jokes, I think.
Old jokes?
Old timer jokes,
Nice.
I used to walk 15 miles in the snow. Are you drinking a candle?
No, I'm just smelling it.
Oh.
It's my vanilla candle that I keep here for smelling purposes. I think I'm going to keep it next to me for the rest of my life. I love it.
Who gave you that candle?
Dude, I bought it myself because I'm a queen, okay? And I deserve it. Oh god, he disappeared again.
Oh god.
Are you back?
I think so. I think that means my internet's coming back.
Nice.
But,
you're on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I am now. Stand up.
Yeah.
You have to try it. You have to. Maybe think of some jokes. Don't go up on. Well, I went up unprepared. I had one joke.
I would probably just tell a lot of the same stories that I've told here. Like
Yeah.
Some of them have funny endings.
Yeah. That's the point. Make people laugh. Relate
or don't.
I do like doing that. People.
Bye. Wait, where are you? Are you back on the computer?
Wow, it switched over to my computer. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so people tell me I look like a school shooter, which is weird because I still haven't done it yet.
Nice.
Yeah. I told that to some cops one time when I got arrested, and they laughed. I don't know. So anyways, my poor life decision is I've been kicked out of a few places for doing stand-up comedy, for doing that joke in one of them. There was another one where I was just like, I started marking white on all my documentation because it makes the paperwork go way faster. Like, I got my concealed carried in a week. And I just sit there and I'm like, well, I didn't bring it here, And, people don't like that. That gets you banned from stand-up venues, I guess.
I like it.
Also, rape jokes that Animalchin fucking writes for you.
Rape jokes that animal? Jesus.
Yeah, Animalchin wrote one. He's written a few jokes and they all fucking kill, and I hate it every time. But like this one is probably also a reason why I got kicked out of the same establishment. Was 1 out of 5 women, every 5 women have a rape fantasy. The other 4, it's just not their thing. Yeah, right. So, me thinking that's funny, I tell that, and I sit there like, people don't like that.
Right.
But I think the worst one. There's this place in Madison where I live. It's called the Comedy Club on State Street. And I've hung out with a few famous comedians. Like, I spent New Year's Eve one year with Andrew Santino, a redhead who's really funny, super sweet, super nice. Like, I love that guy. Like, I don't understand why he gave me the time of day, but like, I hung out with his fucking entourage. Almost got in a fight with one of them. Gave him a whole bunch of weed, and he stopped. It was cool, and like, yeah. But the way that I got kicked out of there was I showed up one night and Michael Che from SNL was there, and they were doing this thing where like they would take your cell phone and put it in a bag. And I got to the door, I'm like, I don't have my cell phone because I knew this was going to happen, and I don't want anybody to have my phone or anything like that. I found out later, like, you keep the phone, it's just in the bag. But anyways, I go down there, I'm like, hey, are there any tickets? And they're like, never come back to the comedy club. You're banned for life. So I was with my friend, who I call my sister, and her boyfriend, and we went to the bar next door at Paul's Club. And we were just sitting there, and apparently Michael Che came in after his show. Now, at this point, having been banned from the comedy club for life, I was just like, well, I'm getting blackout drunk. So I'm sitting at the bar, and I don't even know if it was Michael Che. There was some guy. I was sitting at the bar trying to get a drink, and he came up and he said something, and I was just like, well, that's not very nice, dude. Why don't you, like, be nice? Which is highly paraphrased. I probably said something not so nice. And
why are you being a dick, bro?
Yeah. I don't think it was Michael Che, but it was the only altercation that I remember from I didn't get in a fight. I didn't get kicked out. But like, I remember being like, hey, don't be such a fucking asshole, man. Like, I called him out on something. I don't remember. I was blackout drunk. But the point is the guy who told me I was kicked out was kind of having, I don't want to get into it. He was no longer working there after a point in time. So I went back and I talked to the owner who like magically showed up at the bar. That guy's fucking majestic. Like, I don't know how to describe that guy. I do, but I won't. Cool guy. Always nice to me. Don't tell him that his daughter should run the club because he really doesn't like that. But the next time I showed up, he had his daughter come up and tell me that I was banned for life. And when I asked why, Well, no. I went back, and then she told me, like, you need to take some time off. Just leave tonight. And I was like, okay. And then I messaged them on Facebook like a couple weeks later. I was like, so when can I come back? And they're like, this is a life ban. And when I said, why? They said, because you were aggressive in the face of Michael Che. To which I replied, who is Michael Che? And can you show me some footage? Because then I would apologize. Because it was my fault for sure. It was a poor life decision. It was a list of poor life decisions in one evening. Michael Che paid off a lot of poor people's like rent here in COVID, so he can't be all that bad. Was kind of mean to me, but I do look like I'm a fucking like good old boy from the South, so I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I was probably wearing a camo jacket, to be honest. But yeah, that's my poor life decision for this week.
We did it.
Yeah.
Dude, we got there.
And you put some gel in your hair for a school photo.
Hell yeah, dude.
I may have ruined my comedy career. I don't know. If they ask me to come back, I'll say no. Ask me 3 more times, maybe I'll say yes. I don't know.
Gotta stand by your morals, but only for so long.
I'll be nice. I'm always as nice as people are as nice to me. I think that's fair.
Makes sense to me.
I was probably in a really shitty mood that night, though. Also, there was that whole thing with that ex going on at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that killed the vibe.
No, we're good. We're good. What else have we been doing this week? We've been playing some chess.
Yeah. The present. What was that?
What's been in the news? Britney Spears.
Cougars and Tigers. Ooh, Britney Spears?
Yeah, apparently this episode of this show came out that showed she was basically under the heel of her father throughout a lot of her career.
I thought it was her grandfather, but
oh, I could be wrong, but I thought it was her father. But anyway, this person came into her life after she had a mental breakdown and got this court order against her, basically controlling her life.
Yeah.
And there was a bunch of stuff that was revealed that was like I never had heard about any of this stuff, and apparently, like a lot of people are rallying behind Britney Spears, and I think it's
rightfully
cool.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I think like
leave Britney alone.
Yeah, famously said.
Yeah. Righteously said.
I don't really have anything else to say beyond that, but I thought it was an interesting story, and I hope she sees some justice.
I do too. Poor old Britney Spears. You don't see a very pretty girl break down like that too often and still root for her.
Mm-hmm.
If you're me. Like, I don't know. I don't feel too bad for Kim Kardashian most of the time.
Right.
Not that the two can be compared, but famous ladies.
Right. Famous ladies.
You know who I love? Cher.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you love
Lady
about her?
Gaga.
Lady Gaga? She was the meat dress. She was the meat dress lady, right?
I think so. I think I've seen pictures, but like, why would you do that? Like every lion in the tri-state area is like, I smell meat dress.
I don't remember what that was about.
Was it to protest the murder of animals for our consumption? Because
that would be
I think
funny.
she may miss the point.
That would be fucking funny. But I don't know. What do you like about Lady Gaga?
Other than she's pretty, she makes good music sometimes.
What's your favorite song of hers?
Ooh, probably Bad Romance.
Okay.
Poker Faces up there.
I've heard that one.
Paparazzi. Alejandro. Yeah, dude. Like, she's
That's
a
just
weird
somebody-
broad. Like,
It just sounds like somebody's
she
name.
can sing. She can play piano.
Wow.
She dresses like a fucking weirdo, but like other than that, like,
Good on her.
yeah. What was I gonna talk about there? Because it was kind of related, I think. Fuck. Oh, tigers and cougars can get COVID now.
Oh no.
Yeah, it keeps mutating, huh?
Is my kitty gonna be okay?
I think the UK strain is the feline strain. Or maybe the first cat that had COVID was from the UK. As long as you're not, bringing her around other strange cats, you should be good.
She's a good kitty, Miss Lou, okay? No other kitty friends. She has some kitty friends.
As long as
that
you
come
don't let
by.
her out on the catio, you know?
She loves the catio, though.
Well, yeah, who wouldn't love the catio? Fresh air, like... How many levels in that? 3, 4?
4.
How does she get into it? Is it just like through the window, or?
Yeah, there's a little doggy door in the window.
So she could go out whenever she wants?
No, it's on the outside of like a lift up window. So
Okay.
just to keep because the doggy door is only thin, so it wouldn't block any air. So just to keep all the cold air from coming in. But I open it up for her, and she goes out once in a while in the winter, but pretty rarely. So
Yeah.
not much of a worry right now. I do take her outside every morning. She's a good kitty. I love
Put
her
her on a leash?
No, she's pretty good. You can train a cat to stay on a property the same way you can a dog.
How do you train a cat or a dog to stay on your property?
You just constantly reinforce them. Like I had a dog that when I was little, like I grew up right next to my grandparents' farm.
Yeah.
And the dog would he would want to go down and visit our grandparents sometimes. He knew where the boundaries of our property was, and he would go and sit at it. And he would wait for our permission. And if we said, "Go on, go visit him," he would go down and walk towards Nana Gramps' place. Basically, you just you tell them you get after them when they go too far. You can't go that far. And then they eventually learn to associate. I mean, that's probably not the best way to train a dog, but I think that's how he did it.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it works.
And then obviously we encourage her to stay on the right side as well. But yeah, with the cat, it was mostly the same thing. Like whenever she did go too far, I basically just said, sharply like Lula, and then if she kept going in that same direction, I would get a little sterner, Lula. And then if she kept going after that, I would walk towards her, and she would know then I meant business. So she ran back into the house to go back inside.
That's adorable.
So basically, eventually, she learned like where the limits are, and now I can let her outside, and I mean, I never let her out of my sight, but she
Yeah.
she doesn't need a leash or anything. I don't worry about it. She's a pretty tough cat. She got lost in the forest one night and survived that, no problem. I took her
out. Back with any scratches or anything?
No, she was A-okay. No, it was like I used to take her to the forest all the time. I haven't taken her since this happened, but there's a little forest near our house, and I put her in one of those cat backpacks and take her. And I just let her out, and I had her on the leash for a while, but she was doing really good, so I let her off the leash and let her wander around kind of wherever she wanted to go.
Yeah.
And after a little while, she scurried under a tree, and like I went to go grab her, and I was like, "Come on, Lula, let's go." And then she kind of backed away from me, and so she found like another like spot that was higher for me to go to, and she backed into that. And it was really like she was acting really weird. And unfortunately, it was getting close to dark, so it was. So I kept looking for her as long as I could. And eventually, I lost her. Like I just didn't know where she was. So what I decided to do was go home, get some treats because I know she likes the sound of shaking, like me shaking the treat box. So I figured I'd go I knew exactly where I was. I built like a little teepee out of sticks, so I would remember when I found it that's where I had last seen her. So I went back, found that, and just shook the treats. Nothing. Darkness comes, and I can't stay in the middle of, like, it was literally in the middle of forest, like, during the night. So I'm like, all right, Lulu, I'm gonna come back in the morning. If you're here, you're here. If you're not, like, we'll figure it out. So I went back in the morning, same place, and shook the treats, and I was there for 10, 15 minutes. She just walked up, started purring, just like nothing happened. And then I took her home, and everything was good.
Huh.
Yeah. She's a wildcat. That's what I called her. That's why I started calling her after that. My wildcat, aren't you?
She get that feral coat in the winter now?
She's pretty thick.
Yeah. She looks so soft. I mean, she's not in frame here, but like when she is.
She's a very soft kitty, yeah. She's snoozing right now. I'll let her be.
Aw.
I promise she's a good kitty. You can follow me on Instagram if you want to see pictures of my cat. Although I'm kind of running out. I need to take new ones.
Yeah, at Silver Dubloons.
Yes, and you're at Doc Phipps, right?
Yes, I would never self-promote.
But you usually just post pictures of yourself pooping.
It's just my face. It's the face that I'm making while the poop is coming out of me. Hashtag real poop faces.
Right, but I don't know.
It's important work.
I don't
Not
like
only
that.
does it document my poo schedule for me,
the world
can see.
I like them all because I want to encourage you to do your thing, but they're really not for me. They're really not for me.
Well, then don't encourage that.
No, it's okay because I want you to do your thing, And if that's your thing, you do it.
I'm gonna do it regardless.
Sure, exactly, yeah. So I'll keep liking them.
Hashtag real poop faces.
I'll keep liking them, but I don't actually like them. Just so you know.
This is a pity like.
Yeah.
I don't need your pity like Silver Dubloons The Famous Pirate.
Too bad, you're gonna get them. Because that's the way social media algorithms work. You need more likes.
So if DM me for collab, but the point is like you're saying less hashtag real poop face pics. That would be better for my brand.
That would be what I mean. I don't like seeing them. I just think I feel uncomfortable. I don't want to feel like I'm in the bathroom with you,
But you're not.
No, I'm not. But I don't want to feel that way.
Thank God. I wouldn't want anybody in there while I was pooping.
Right. You're kind of inviting us in there,
It's a very intimate place. So let me tell you.
It just feels like when you post a picture of yourself doing that, you're inviting me to like. It just feels it feels weird.
What am I inviting you to do?
To look at you while you're pooping.
It's almost like I'm forcing you to do it.
You're not forcing me to do anything.
Whatever. You don't have to look.
Oh no,
you don't have to like it either.
No, I don't. But I literally like every day when I open up my social medias, like I have like my Facebook, my Twitter, the Instagram is just a link to your profile because you're like the only person.
You've said that.
Yeah.
It's very flattering. I'm sorry that most of my posts are me shitting.
Dude, keep doing you.
Don't worry about it. I'm never gonna stop pooping. There are days where I'm just like, the world doesn't need a real poop face right now. And now I'll think of you and be like, you know what? Silver probably doesn't need this right now.
Dude, maybe we did it.
I'll think of a joke or something.
Maybe that's the last one.
Maybe.
Anyone could be the last one, Doc. You never know.
The last real poop face?
Dude, I could be
What do you mean?
I could be struck by a meteor right now.
Oh, well. Irrational fear that I have, I'm afraid I'm going to live forever.
Not.
People keep telling me that. But I'm still afraid of it.
Didn't we have the conversation on the first episode of the podcast? Is this going to be like a trending
Well, I'm
theme?
Still afraid of it.
I'm
still afraid of it.
What are we on, episode 8?
If you don't count the ones we haven't released.
Why would I?
Let's get that. I need to set up that Patreon. Subscribe for a free quest hole.
Dude, don't actually say that. They might believe it. Then we
Dude,
have to
if
give
you want
them...
a croissant, pay me money and I'll send you a croissant. Freshness not guaranteed.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna have
Yeah,
to start
well,
making croissants, which wouldn't be
if you want,
bad.
I'll sign the croissant.
I could learn how to make croissants. That'd be fun.
Fresh from Canada. You and Animalchin should partner up and like do that biscuity boys business.
I don't want to work under
Makes
him.
well
That guy.
Become a successful baker. You're making Nan's bread up there. Like
I feel like I am
pumping bread out at an alarming rate.
Yes, if to be a successful baker, you have to bake things that come out successfully. I would call myself a successful baker.
Yeah.
Dude, I love baking. Bread is just the beginning. I'm gonna make different kinds of bread. Many different kinds of bread.
That's a good attainable goal.
Yeah. I've made biscuits. I've made
garlic,
cookies.
Cheese.
Cookies.
Ooh, cookies.
I make molasses cookies, and I make
kind of cookies.
I like my favorite to make are molasses cookies, but I also like chocolate chip cookies. Simple stuff. Yeah. I love baking. It's so much fun. And the cool thing about baking is it makes awesome gifts for people. Like
I like food.
Like who's not gonna like a homemade loaf of bread? Everybody eats bread. And homemade and everybody knows homemade bread is the shit. Way better than that store-bought stuff.
Yeah. Made with love. In your bun oven.
I've given out more bread than I've eaten. And I love it. It gives me an excuse to make more.
You love bread.
You love bread. Carbohydrates.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of those.
I'm learning more about nutrition now. I wasn't eating nearly enough protein.
You were a bigger boy.
Oh yeah. Like a year and a half ago, I was like 80 pounds overweight. Now, I'm a giga chad.
I don't think you're a chad.
Giga chad.
Giga
chad.
I think Mr. Chin is more of a chad.
Really?
Animal chad.
Jeez Louise. Who do you think would win in an arm wrestling contest?
Well, he's got a busted ass arm, so you.
Oh right. Fuck.
But he's right-handed, so are you right-handed as well?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it'd be fine. I think it was his left arm that he broke.
And I'm gonna challenge him to an arm wrestling contest when they meet in person.
Yeah. Just make sure it's with the broke ass arm. I think you would win. I'm
in it to win it.
He's too gangly. He's not got nothing. Unless he starts working out again. I heard he was getting a little hefty.
Ooh. Dude, working out is so much fun.
It is.
I feel so good. I think it's gonna be a lifelong commitment for me.
Yeah, for sure. I like lifting things and then waking up and then my arms are bigger and it's like, cool, I did it.
I did a new exercise today. It's like a crab walk. I'll show you.
Yeah, show me this crab walk, dude.
So you, I don't have it here because it's at the gym. But you have this resistance band that goes around your knee, and then you do like one of these, and you're bent over, and you're like stretching out your legs like that. Yeah. And it's good for the upper leg muscles. I still don't know the muscular system very well.
The thighs?
The thighs and the glutes, maybe? still learning.
You gotta tone the glutes.
Hell yeah, dude.
Dude, that increased my step count.
Nice.
Still haven't hit the 6,000 goal, but we're working on it.
Plenty of time left in the day.
I'd have to stand at pace right now.
Don't worry about it.
I won't do that. I'm winded from resistance band crab walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, my nicotine intake has increased significantly over the past week. So that's... I've been thinking about that a lot. Maybe trying to stop that, but then it's just like, how can you stop the train if the train don't want to stop?
You know what I say about changing your habits, right? I've been on this tirade.
Do for a week, and then
I usually say 2 weeks, but like
you do.
Yeah, like I heard somebody say one time, an addict will go through a lifetime of pain to avoid 2 weeks of hell. You know what I mean? And you put yourself through 2 weeks of hell where you're forcing yourself not to do it. But then after that 2 weeks, that's your new normal. And your body's used to it. But it's so fucking hard to change your behavior for 2 weeks, but you just gotta keep doing it. And you are who you are. You know, you're the guy who does whatever. You did it for 2 weeks and now it's a part of your routine.
Yeah, hearing my heartbeat in my head isn't always a good thing.
Yeah, you just gotta make a conscious decision. I'm not gonna pick this thing up for 2 weeks straight. Don't do it. Throw it out. Whatever you gotta do. And then just fucking cold turkey her. I think that's how you do it.
So, one of my batteries broke. Like, it kept going off on its own.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, if I grabbed it in the right spot hard enough, it would go off. And I fucking contacted the company, and they sent me 4 new batteries.
But that wasn't the problem.
No, the problem is my addiction to nicotine. Like, and it's like so secondhand now. Like, just like, oh, that's a little alarming, puff. You know? Oh,
Takes 2 weeks, dude. But you gotta make the decision.
yeah. I got rid of my geckos. That was really stressful.
They're going to a good home.
I hope. Better than they've been in. I hope. Like, the male, all he had been doing for like the last 4 weeks was he was trying to shed his skin.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just like sit upside down on the tank and press his balls against the glass. So like anytime I'd look in on him in the morning, he'd just be there, and it's like, oh yep, there's your balls.
What a sweetheart.
Pressed firmly up against the slide.
He's just being friendly.
They're not friendly. They don't like things, which I kind of related with them on that, but they weren't eating, and I don't want to feed them live because something in my Buddhist brain is like, you shouldn't do that, even though it's like what they need and what they want. Like, if I can't do that for them,
You did it. Made the decision.
bye, baby girl. Bye, baby boy. I love you. Kisses. Off to the thing.
Did it.
Yeah. Better home. All that good stuff for expat owners. But you got Lula. You're taking care of her. I think if I had like a cat, I don't want a pet. I don't want to have to care for anything other than myself, because caring for myself is already very exhausting.
I think a cat's like I mean, a cat mostly
They're
takes care of
independent.
it. I mean, they mostly take care of themselves. You give it a fucking litter box, you know. You clean it out every few days. Fucking depending on the cat, like some cats you can just feed them and they'll just eat the right amount. Like my cat's a big chubber, so I have to be careful with what I feed her. But water her, you know.
Same here.
Have a bed out. That's it.
Out.
Like, yeah, you know, pay attention to them, give them a little bit of loving every once in a while, and they're fucking they're ham bony, you know, they're good to go.
Can't go wrong with a cat. I mean, you got a big enough place. Like, there's way too many things for a cat to climb on that they shouldn't be on top of here.
It says you can train a cat.
That's true, but I don't want to have to train anything.
It's fun. It's they Lulu's just a part of the family now, and we just like you know, I listen like today, this afternoon, she was standing by the door and she was looking up at me meowing, and I'm just like, you want to go outside? Okay, so I just like, you know, I opened the door for her, and it's like I listened to her, like I want to know what she wants, and I want to help give her that, and I think like, you know, she communicates pretty well to me, and I've learned to communicate with her, and it's very cool. Like I have like Lula is a friend of mine that is a different species than me. Like that's wild, you know.
That is crazy. I do like that bond.
I really like having her around, and it's you know, it's a little bit of a, you know, it's a little bit of a, it's like the you know, trying to learn how to grow plants now, and I think it's a little bit of the like taking care of something, you know. I think that's good for you. That means that you know, you get something to offer, you get something to give. So I think it's good to take care of things.
I'm trying to grow an avocado in my windowsill.
That's fucking awesome. I'm growing some peppers.
I don't think it's growing. It looks like it's dying, but like all I do is submerge it in water.
I've heard that a mutual friend of ours told me that the number one problem with plants is not watering them, and the number two problem with plants is watering them too much. There's a very fine balance you're supposed to hit.
The water level does keep going down, so I assume that means that it's living.
I'm honestly I'm in the very early stages of learning this, so but it's fun. I think it's gonna be cool that maybe I can grow a little bit of food, and even if it's just for the novelty of it, but like I definitely, you know, if I do this for a few years and keep it up, maybe I'll start a little outdoor garden, grow some things. That'd be fun.
I should get a yard. I don't want to own land, though.
Owning land does come with a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, like shoveling. I hate that.
You can pay somebody to shovel you out.
Yeah, but I'm poor. I just shovel it myself.
The land is probably outside of the reach too. That, you know.
Yeah, I don't want to have to tend the land.
Land is not cheap.
No, it is not.
I don't even know.
Renting it isn't either.
I don't own the land that I actually have this property on. Like I pay a rental fee each month.
Does that include somebody coming out and like shoveling it for you then? Or do you have to do that?
Not our driveways, but the actual park that we're in is always shoveled.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to do your driveways.
I look at it as exercise now. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. I did too when I would do it at home, but like
it feels good. I like it.
Yeah, it is nice.
You gotta bundle up.
It takes me so long to do that.
2 layers of socks at least.
I should start doing that. My ankles, like, it's so cold, my ankle hurts if I go outside for longer than a minute. Like, ugh. 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 I don't know what to do, man. I don't want to be outside. That's why I like renting, because somebody else is going to shovel it and, salt my stairs and clear it off. Like, I don't have time for that. I wish... I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Like, I just hate the snow. I just hate the snow.
The snow
I
is
wish it would go away.
Definitely gets in the way. Gets in the way.
It piles up. It's a problem.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you put too much of it together, it like falls really fast.
Right.
Especially down mountains.
Avalanche.
Like some of the piles. Like I'm seeing like 6-7 foot tall piles here right now.
Jeez. We had about
I mean, it's all...
I estimated it was about 18 inches in one night the other night.
Jesus. Did you get snowed in?
No, it wasn't too bad. I doubled it out in an hour or so. It was fun.
It's exercise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Feels good. Gotta enjoy the simple things.
Anytime I've started drinking one drink at a time, so that when I need another one, I actually get up and go and get it.
Nice.
Exercise. Like
Yeah.
if somebody's like, I don't want to go get it, I'm like, okay, I'll go get it, only because it will benefit me physically.
That's a cool way to be kind.
Yeah, like I'm getting exercise and they're getting whatever it is I'm getting them.
Right. You're a saint, Doc.
If there is a everlasting war between good and evil, I'd probably play both sides.
Like an arms dealer?
No, just whoever I thought had the better cause at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't think of anything that would ever come up because, I don't think it ever will. But the closest thing I can think of is like they have that social experiment where you have 5 people tied onto a train track, and then if you switch it, it'll kill, instead of those 5, just one person that's on another train track.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I refuse to play that game. I don't want to choose because it doesn't. Neither one is better than the other one, if you ask me.
Not choosing is choosing, though, right?
Yeah, but then 5 people die anyways.
Right. I mean, like, I the way I think of that problem is if I'm conscious enough to be aware that my non-action will result in the death of 5 lives and my action will result in the death of 1 life, then if I truly believe that inaction is action, then obviously I have to do something. Like,
which is kill 1 or 5 people.
Right. So I try. Yeah. Obviously, I would switch it and kill 1 person.
You would think that would be the one because it would weigh less in the grander scheme of things. Maybe those 5 people are murderers. Maybe they're, priests that didn't sexually assault boys, and maybe that one guy is a murderer.
If literally all I know is that it's 1 person and 5 people.
Yeah.
Then if I don't have any further information than that, then yeah, I think I would rather 1 person die than 5.
Fucking psychology.
But I mean, obviously, if there's extraneous information or whatever, then I don't know. Maybe that comes into play, but maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
Well, in the eternal war of good and evil, I think it would. I think that would come up very often, and I think because everybody's right sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe evil is more right than good. And some given situation. I can't think of any.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, okay. Here's a hypothetical. So that game, spoilers by the way for the game Dying Light.
Okay, yeah.
Zombie game, parkour. There's this character named Rise who he comes up out of the slums of this area that's been infected with the zombie virus. And initially he was sent to help stabilize the area. But then he breaks off from the government entity, the GRE, and becomes like a warlord within there. And then he starts just indiscriminately killing people because he's grabbing all the resources and then doling them out, like a Negan type character in Walking Dead. But he broke off because the GRE is trying to weaponize the virus. He finds that out and then just does his own thing. Yeah. And then fast forward spoilers again, the second game's coming out soon. It looks like it takes over the world, the virus. So who's the good guy, who's the bad guy? I would fight against both sides. I would fight Rise, I would fight the GRE. And if fighting one side benefited the other side, whatever. Because it would benefit the greater good, if you ask me.
Maybe the secret is to just not fuck with shit.
Inaction? I do sit around and do a lot of nothing. Tends to lead to me not getting in trouble. I kind of got a big mouth and the police don't like me. That's fine. Nobody likes them either. A cab. Fuck 12. 12, 13.
Dude.
Also, Black Lives Do Matter.
I rescind my previous comment.
What about?
When I said that... Uh-oh.
We're talking about good and evil, the train tracks.
It's gone. Fuck.
Extenuating circumstances, whether they're killers or not.
Right, we'll cut it in post.
Weaponizing zombie viruses.
Whatever I said, whatever the last thing I said before that was, I rescind it.
I'll catch it in post.
Thanks, buddy.
Whoa! You look fucking sleepy.
Getting there. The thing about it was the thing about inaction. That's not the solution.
Okay.
How you doing, my dude?
Oh, I'm fantastic. Thinking about times that I didn't act and how they drive me to be a person that does act.
The idea.
That's what I think. But I don't know what I'm talking about, so whatever.
I love
COVID-19.
I love the confidence talk.
Oh, dude, my confidence comes from not giving a shit. I'm afraid I'll live forever. I'll be reincarnated. I'll come back. I'll be a cockroach. I'll be a rich person who hates everything. I'll make a paste out of you and feed it to the other poor people. Probably. I hope not. That sounds awful, but
don't do that.
Well, if I'm born in a different, mind and body.
Sure, but not you. You're not going to turn me
I would not
paste,
do that, no. I would not willingly grind people into a consumable paste. I hear that leads to mad human disease.
The shakes.
Is it Parkinson's? Because like,
I don't know.
is it just like spongiform brain?
There was some zombie media I saw where cannibalism was a
Jesus.
part of the lore, and the thing about it was you could tell whoever had been eating people because they would have the shakes, dude. And I don't know if that was actually a real thing or not, but I'm guessing probably not.
Did you ever see that movie Book of Eli?
Yes, he shot the bird even though he was blind. I never.
It was a cat.
No, there was a bird. Remember, he just fucking.
Oh, I believe that. I think I
didn't get it.
Spoilers. He's blind. He's always been blind. The Bible's in Braille.
Yeah.
Get spoilered, kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, he shot the bird. That was fucking crazy. What the fuck was I gonna bring up about that movie? What were we just talking about?
Good and evil. And in action.
Wow. Dude, there was a point in there, I swear.
We're getting old, Doc.
Living forever, reincarnation. It had something to do with that. We are getting old, and that's what I'm afraid of, living forever. Oh, the fucking people who ate people in that movie?
Oh, yeah?
You could tell them because they had black all over their hands. They were like getting mold or whatever. I think it was like from the fallout radiation.
Fucking gross.
It is. But that's what I was bringing up about that movie. Fuck.
Other movie with cannibalism was A Boy and His Dog. A good movie.
Never seen that.
It had fuck. Well, I forget who it is. Doc Johnson. It was a story about a telepathic dog and his owner in the post-apocalyptic wasteland of America. And yeah, there was like this super dark vision of what the United States would look like if a nuclear war took place. And like yeah, it was messed up. Like anyway, it was the basis for the Fallout. It was one of the main inspirations of the Fallout series.
Jesus.
Good movie. Interesting.
How old is it?
75, I want to say.
Okay. I kind of missed the 75 era. Like I've seen some late 50s and 40s and some silent films from the 20s. Something about the 70s though. I don't know.
It's an interesting artifact.
But that does sound really cool. Like I should probably look that up. I probably will here.
Dude, yeah. No, it's and it's got some twists in it. It's like a very one of those ahead of its time movies for sure. I feel like. Yeah. There's a few of those out there. The Jerk was one of them. Way ahead of its time.
Yeah, there's something timeless about that movie, but like even watching it, it was kind of like I don't want to say it made me cringe, but like was it dated? I don't know, but like I love that movie.
I don't know. It didn't really make me think about cringe. I mean, I thought like the overacting by Steve Martin was kind of like pretty goofy in some spots, but like it was just fun. Like it was like
yeah.
I was never like immersed into this story and thinking it was like real, you know. I was just along for some goofs, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, Clavin Johnson, you know.
Yeah.
Invents the OptiGrab. He hates these cans. Like, what the fuck, Steve Martin? What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, the random serial killer that was after him for some reason because he picked his name out of a phone book.
Yeah, and then he shows up later and he's just like, now I served papers for court. You're being served. Like what? They had an entire chase scene for that. I found out what my special purpose is for.
That was a funny movie.
Later, my girlfriend said she's gonna give me another chance to earn money. She's gonna give me a blowjob.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
That was good.
You mean, am I gonna stay this color? Like, bless Steve Martin. Bless his little heart, you know?
Yeah. He's fun.
Boy and His Dog, I have to check that out. Media.
Interesting artifacts of history, for sure. Got some cool stuff in it, some unexpected stuff. I don't want to tell you too much, but you'll be shocked. The final line of the movie also is very delightful.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for that.
I have questions, but I probably should just watch the movie.
That's my preferred way of going to movies. I don't expect you to be the same, but like I like to.
I don't like knowing a whole lot about it.
Right.
Like, I want to know the general story, and that's what hooks me.
Right.
And I've been hooked by A Boy and His Dog. The Walking Dead did a comic and titled it that. And like,
I wonder if it was inspired.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Spoilers, the boy becomes a zombie, and then the dog helps the zombie kill people.
That's not what happens in this movie, so it's not directly.
I was hoping.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. I like the comics way better than the show, but the show was interesting to a point.
The first season was like a masterpiece. So much
Frank
stuff
Darabont
happened.
did that?
Dude, that was like one of the best times in TV. And it was just like, the second season was pretty cool, and then it was just like, it kept going. It was like, it was fun the whole way through. A lot of the stuff was cool to see. It was like, but yeah, for sure, that first season, one of the best times in TV. Yeah.
That Frank Darabont, the guy who did like I don't know if he did Shawshank, maybe he did The Green Mile. I think he did both of those. But like, he uses a lot of the same actors and actresses. He did The Mist.
Oh right, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, with Thomas Jane in there. But like, he had an entire second season planned out, and what it was it was just like the fall of Atlanta. And that, the tank that Rick Grimes ends up in, like in the middle of the city, there's just like a zombie in there that he ends up shooting in the head. It's actually Sam Witwer, who's like Star Killer in Force Awakens or Force Unleashed or whatever, and a bunch of other stuff. But like, the entire second season was him like through the fall of Atlanta, and then how he ends up in that tank.
Oh, cool.
But then AMC was just like, no. And then the show kind of went the way it went.
Back.
Yeah. That first season, phenomenal. And then they got to the farm, and it was not phenomenal.
Right.
And they kind of came back into prison.
Remember the infinite shotgun?
It's a little upsetting.
The barn full of people that they thought they were going to cure somehow.
Yeah. Poor Herschel.
That was weird.
It was weird. They did that in the comic, but like, that didn't need to be an entire season.
Right.
Like,
yeah, that would have been an episode of some other show.
Where's Carl this season? Carl, stay in the house. I
remember enjoying the prison season. I thought that was an interesting concept, like having to hole up in a prison in a zombie apocalypse. That's like a pretty fucking interesting idea. I thought that was cool. I had stuff mixed in there that I liked. I liked the governor.
Yeah.
He was
Dude, he's fucked up. In the comic, he's worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing more than keeping his daughter in a room. I'll say that.
Back.
Yeah, and she's still a zombie.
Yikes.
Yeah. But like, the one thing that I was really mad that they changed was, I mean, we got some good memes out of it, but like the way that Lori, Carl's mom, Rick's wife, dies is as they're running away from the prison, somebody shoots her with a shotgun, and then her and the daughter are like cut in half by it, which is a little extreme for a shotgun, but like, you know, it happened. But instead, in the show, we got Carl shooting his mom after a zombie ate her.
Fuck.
Yep. Yeah. And my favorite meme that came out of that is Rick like walking around Carl being like, "Did you shoot your mommy, Coral?"
Coral?
Yeah. You in the house, Coral?
I remember there were some good memes from that.
Yeah. Dude, I was way into that show. I still have a Bic lighter wrapper from that show.
I liked it for a long time too.
Yeah.
All good things must come to an end. That's okay.
Yeah. There are like 5 seasons I need to catch up on.
And over it. I feel like I am perfectly okay with like just ending media and not returning to it. Like I feel like once something's shown me all that it has to show me, then I'm out, you know?
Negan was really good.
Oh yeah, I remember liking Negan too, actually.
Yeah. Harry Dean Anderson, I think is his name. Richard Dean Anderson. Is that MacGyver?
I don't know.
Harry Dean Stanton? One of those names is the guy who played Negan.
I believe you.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And one of them is MacGyver.
Yeah, there's some good times in there. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, you know? Like, I'm like that with, like, games, with TV shows. Like, I'll stop watching a movie halfway through. Like, I don't know. If I'm not vibing with something, or if I feel like I've seen what I need to see out of it, yeah, whatever. Who cares? I'll leave it behind. No big deal.
I've done that before. You ever played Ori and the Sacred Forest, I think it's called?
Blind Forest, I think.
Yeah. I got pretty far into that, and then my roommate shot a hole through some walls, and then I just stopped playing it.
Understandable.
Yeah, a lot of other stuff happened, but like that was a really cool game. Cool enough they made a second one.
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that it was excellent. It looked beautiful.
It really was. Like the lighting, the art. Like it was a game that kept surprising me. Every time that I was like, okay, I have the mechanics down, they'd add another mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
I should play through that. Like those Metroidvania, the side scroller games. I'm really into those. I don't know why.
Bloodstained.
I grew up on Mario.
Yeah.
Bloodstained. Like I wish that game was longer.
I always watch the Metroid at the Games Done Quick events. Do you ever watch those?
What events?
Games Done Quick. It's like
No, is that like a Twitch stream or something?
Yeah, it's they do it twice a year, and they it's all these speedrunners of different games get together and they all showcase like their games and all the new tricks that have come out and the fastest like plays, and they've got all this cool stuff, and they usually there's at the very end, one of the last games is always Super Metroid, and they always make a big thing out of it. It's a big race, and I love that. I've played through. I think I've played through it once, and I've played through a few similar games.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I still have that on PS1. Oh, dude, I bought it on Xbox. Still have the disc. Like, PlayStation 1 put out some bangers, dude.
Final Fantasy, dude.
Yeah, people are really into that. I'm not into the RPG scene, but I do enjoy a lot of, as I've said before, Rule 34. The story seems, mildly interesting.
Final
It's
Fantasy
the combat
7.
I can't get through.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 was it had a fantastic. I really liked the story in that, and yeah, the combat was an absolute slog. They just remade that game, and I've heard it's really good.
Yeah.
But I think it's only on the PlayStation, so I'm gonna have to wait until.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
I swear it's on PC, man. I kept seeing things on Steam about it.
The new Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
Hang on, this is important.
Yeah. Dude, Phoenix down. Phoenix down.
A PC release hasn't been confirmed yet, but here are all the details
really?
we know when it might come to PC. This was released 4 days ago on PC Gamer.
That's my bad. That's a bad call out on my end.
That's okay. That's okay. I was excited there for a minute, but I stomped
I know,
it down.
I
I
could-
stomped it. Don't worry.
Oh.
But I look
Maybe
forward
there's
to
an
playing through that.
emulator for it.
PS5? That'd be wild. If there is, it's probably gonna play like shit.
Didn't it come out on 4?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I
don't know, but yeah, no. I love video games.
You too. Dude, did you ever play Siphon Filter?
Remind me what that is?
It is a third-person shooter.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing is you get this taser, and then if you shock somebody long enough, they start on fire.
No, I don't think I played that.
I don't know why. Every time somebody's on fire, I start laughing. But it's about this chemical agent that they keep trying to release. So it's just highly deadly. I don't know. They made like 7 or 8 games out of it.
Fuck.
But
with a taser that can light people on fire.
Yeah, as long as you tasered them long enough, and then you could just taser them and they would sit there and scream and remain on fire. And it had infinite spawning enemies, so it's just like, oh wow.
Wow.
Special guest on the
matey.
podcast, Animalchin.
We're just wrapping up, actually.
Dope, dude.
Dude, do you have anything you want to say at the end of the cast?
Can I start listing people we went to school with?
As long as you don't use their real names. Hey, what was that segment we said we were gonna have with Animalchin?
Petty grievances.
Petty grievances. Yeah, dude. Do you want to do first episode of Petty Grievances? Dude, you know what? Okay, wait. What I want you to talk about in this week's edition of Petty Grievances is tell the people about this guy you walked by in the hallway not wearing a mask.
Okay, yeah. So in my apartment complex, my car is in the basement. Like there's a garage down there. The underground parking is in the basement. And I live on the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
And I usually take the stairs because I'm not a fat ass that needs to take the elevator like a lot of people do.
Good man.
So I take the stairs like a normal able-bodied person that has 2 legs that function. So I was going. So my apartment is like right next to the stairs. So I basically walk out my door and take a 180-degree U-turn to go to the stairs door, right? The stairwell.
Yeah.
And so I'm fucking lock up my apartment, just about ready to open the door to the stairs, when some douchebag that doesn't have a fucking mask on comes through the door. And I say to him, this fucking asshole doesn't have a fucking mask on.
How loud did you say it?
About that loud. This fucking asshole doesn't have a fucking mask on. And I turn around to go to the other stairwell at the other end of the hallway because that one's probably not as full of his corona germs as the other one that he just like huffed and puffed upwards, you know?
Yeah.
So I go to the other one. So then he's behind me because he's walking to his apartment. And first of all, I knew he was a bitch because of the type of dog he had, first of all. So I knew he wasn't going to fucking do anything. It was like a whippet or something. And like, I knew he was a fucking bitch. But anyways, he's behind me, breathing his corona air at me as I'm walking forward.
Violently.
And then he says something. He says something to the tune of "Morning to you too," or something like that. And then I say, "Suck a dick." And then I think he mumbled something to his dog like, "This guy's not having a very good day, is he?" And like, I was fucking out of there. But I was like, what if like the fucking assholes that live here are outrageous on both sides.
And then you had mentioned something else. I think it was at work. You yelled at somebody.
I didn't yell at anybody at work.
Did you had commented about something at work and you were very uncouth. It wasn't at work?
I don't think so.
It was kind of like you had mentioned another instance of like somebody not wearing their mask and you being like, "Wear your fucking mask, you idiot."
Oh no, that's what I wanted to do. That's what led up to this. There was a guy at the gas station a couple days, like a day or two prior to this.
Yeah.
He was like the cashier, and I was buying lottery tickets, and like he fucking took his mask just off, like all the way off. Like he was behind like the fucking like the glass, like the plexiglass, but that's not like very airtight or whatever.
Yeah,
sure. I'm sure that's just more for like.
Sounds kind of petty, but go on.
It's more for show probably rather than it is for like anything else, you know. It's like false sense of security glass, and yeah, he just fucking took his mask all the way off, and like he gives me my lottery tickets. He's like, "Can I get you anything else?" I'm just thinking, yeah, can I do anything else for you? That's what he said. Can I do anything else for you? And I thought, yeah, you can wear your fucking mask, you dumb fuck.
You didn't say it.
But I didn't say that time. So the guy in the stairwell got the full brunt of everything, especially because I knew he was a bitch. That's the thing.
I wouldn't have done. Would have you done it if you didn't think he was a bitch? Like if you had a fucking Rottweiler with him?
Yeah, I would have fucking shut up and turned around and thought this guy's a fucking asshole.
Fuck.
But like, what's the apartment guy gonna do? Like, he just came into the building, so he has a key. Like, he just walked up to my floor. Yeah. I know what floor he lives in. He's one of like 20 people. Like, if he fucking tried to do anything, like, or like did anything, like, that would be monumentally stupid, you know? Like,
domestic something or other.
Yeah, it might even be, I thought it might even be considered like domestic violence, but like.
But instead, you told him to suck a dick, and it was fine.
I wish I didn't tell him to suck a dick. I wish I told him to go fuck himself. But like, you know, in the heat of battle, you know.
What, you think you would have enjoyed the sucking of the dick?
It's just not cool to make like, you know, anti-homosexual jokes. But you know.
Yeah.
What a progressive.
You have to be in keeping with the times.
Yeah, the keeping with the times.
Thank you for that, Animalchin.
Yeah, do you have any closing remarks on this week's edition of Petty Grievances with Animalchin?
No, that's pretty much it. The Petty Grievances.
Okay, my closing remarks are, I think you have to have an arm wrestling competition with Silver here.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. Did you break your left arm?
Yes.
You're right-handed?
Yes.
Okay, so you should probably only do right-handed.
Let's do it. I'm down. Are you down?
I don't know how we're going to arrange this.
We'll do it
2021,
digitally.
baby!
I mean, you live in Canada, and I don't.
We'll role play it, okay?
So I take off my robe and wizard.
We'll roll some dice, figure it out.
I mean, Animalchin, I'll bleep it out. If if we did a streamed D&D campaign, would you be a part of it?
Streamed D&D campaign?
Yeah, recorded, streamed, whatever. Like at least recorded, and then posted to the internet.
I don't know. Maybe. Probably not. We'll see.
Okay, a plausible maybe. But will you come back for next week's edition of Petty Grievances?
Sure, Petty Grievances.
Same time next week. Let's do this every week.
Yeah, same time.
Well, pretty soon this is going to be my exact hour that I'll be at work.
You'll be here to clear out the show.
I only have one more week of this, and then I'm on.
You can call in from work. It's important.
Yeah,
true. That's true.
That is true.
Nobody's going to be there.
But I think that's it. Thanks for joining us for the Poor Life Decisions podcast. I'm Davich Phipps. With me, as always, is Brandon Dory, famous pirate, Silver Dubloons, and thanks Disciple of the Lord for making a brief introduction, and Animalchin again for this week's edition of Petty Grievances. Good night and good luck.
Good night. Good luck. I love you all. Remember that life is short, and tell people that you care about them.
Yeah, and wear a fucking mask, assholes.
Exactly.
Fuck,
yeah.
Global pandemic.
It's the same thing. Love thy neighbor. Wear thy mask. Good night, everyone.
Good night.